Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater. Today, we're checking out two brand new Pacifica guitars from Yamaha, the Professional and the Standard Plus. These return the Pacifica to all its glory from the 90s. Cool guitars. Let's get started. Today we'll be checking out the Professional Pro, which is the guitar I'm holding here. We'll also take a look at the new Standard Plus. These are two new models in the Yamaha Pacifica family. The new Yamaha Pacificas are a collaboration between Yamaha Japan and Yamaha's Artist Services in Los Angeles. And we've got some members of the R&D team who will be sitting down with us to discuss all the incredible features in these guitars. But before we do that, be sure you like this video, comment, subscribe, and head on over to sweetwater.com to get all the details on the Pacifica Pro and the Pacifica Standard Plus, or better yet, contact your Sweetwater sales engineer for all the information on these guitars. So we're joined now by three of the men behind the Pacifica, the new Pacificas, the Professional and the Standard Plus. Guys, why don't you introduce yourselves and tell us what you do at Yamaha?
My name is Brandon Soriano. I'm Product Marketing Manager for Yamaha Guitars.
Hello, my name is Rafael Barajas, and I'm the lead electric guitar maker here at Yamaha Guitar Group.
Hello, my name is Yusuke Ota. I'm a product owner of electric guitars and basses in Yamaha.
So let's start off by talking a little bit about how you actually go about creating a guitar like this. How do you make a new guitar model?
Yeah, so Yamaha has a very unique process for guitar development, research and development, prototyping. Something that's unique about Yamaha guitars is that it's really collaborative between us right here in Los Angeles and Yamaha in Japan. So right now we're in a building called YASLA, that's Yamaha Artist Services Los Angeles, and downstairs in this building we have a full custom shop. You met Rafael, who is our electric guitar master builder, and essentially the process is that Rafael and Yamaha Japan will go back and forth on different specs, different prototypes, artist evaluations, internal evaluations. For this iteration of Pacifica, we actually made 13 differently spec'd prototypes. Each one of those might have a different body shape, different contours, with and without our acoustic design process, different electronics, even down to headstock shapes and logos and things like that. So it's a very interactive process between us here in the States and Yamaha Japan, and eventually that led to the final version of this guitar that we landed on.
So tell us a little bit about how you approach the actual construction of the guitar. There's some really unique features in the actual body of the guitar, just the acoustic design and things.
Well, the whole thing pretty much starts in Japan with our engineering team over there, our design team over there. They will send me a bunch of drawings, really, like 3D drawings and things like that. And that's kind of the first step. And so then I convert all those drawings into machinable programs here, and I build the first guitars, and then we'll evaluate those. We'll use our in-house staff, and then also our artists. We'll show it to them, and they'll try them out. They'll play them, see what they like about them, what they don't like about them, things like that. We write all that stuff down, and then I send all that information back to Japan, and then they'll say, okay, this is what we learned. Let's go to the next round of guitars. And then we start the cycle again and again, as many times as we need, until we get the guitar that we want.
The Yamaha Pacifica guitars were introduced in the 1990s, and they became very popular because of their versatility at a wide range of different price points, great sound quality, outstanding construction, really nice guitars. And now with the Professional and the Standard Plus, they've returned to the higher end version of the Pacifica. These are very nice guitars that offer excellent playability combined with a wide range of tones. They're going to suit a wide range of gigs and a wide range of players. R&D went into these guitars. They may look on the surface sort of like a Super S type guitar. They've got a humbucker, 2 single coils, etc. But there are some things under the hood here that really make a difference in the quality of these guitars. We'll begin with the Yamaha Pro, which is the one I'm holding here now. The Yamaha Pro has a 2-piece alder body. We've got a maple neck rosewood fingerboard. It's also available with a maple fingerboard. But there are a lot of nice little touches. For example, stainless steel frets and a compound radius on this particular guitar makes it very comfortable to play. We've got a nice C-shaped neck that makes it great whether you're playing more traditional styles, you're shredding, whatever you might be doing. This guitar is going to perform well for you. Plays very comfortably. The action's nice and low. Those frets feel really silky. Some of the new things in the Pacifica Pro, and the Standard Plus for that matter, are the fact that they've relocated the truss rod adjustment from the nut end of the neck down here to the body end of the neck. Now, this offers you easy access, but according to Yamaha, they did a bunch of analysis on the way the neck vibrates and the headstock vibrates, and adding that wood back end on this end of the neck increases the bottom end. It actually makes it tighter and increases the resonance of the entire neck. Let's take a listen to what the guys at Yamaha have to say about this. Usuke, I've got one of the professional necks here, the new necks, and there's some really interesting features about it. You've relocated the truss rod adjustment from by the nut down to the heel of the neck, and one of the advantages that I saw in some of the documentation is that actually adds more mass onto the headstock. Can you tell us a little about the considerations there as you're doing something like that?
Yes, exactly. So we moved the truss rod location from headstock to the end of the neck. End of the neck, for secure plenty of wood mass at the headstock. And the purpose of doing that is to get tight lower end from the compared to current Pacificas. So as many guitarists knows that neck wood mass is very, very effective to the sound. So we had a 3D simulation in Yamaha and do calculation of the wood mass, how affect wood mass to our sound. And we finally we find out that the truss rod location is effective to our bass frequencies. And then we finally decided to move our truss rod location from headstock to the end of the neck to achieve our tighter low end for this guitar.
But the construction details don't stop on the neck end of the guitar. The body also has some interesting features. First of all, they've reshaped and recontoured it. It's very comfortable to hold. We have cutaways in the back. There's a forearm cutaway. There's a neck heel shape here that allows you to get right up onto the high frets very comfortably. But they also did vibration analysis, I guess you'd say, on these as well. They created acoustic simulations for the wood of the body. And take a look at what they did with this body. They actually routed in some slots there that increase the resonance, that increases the vibration of the body while maintaining the strength that you need for good sustain. Moving on to the body, I was fascinated to see the slots that are cut into the body or routed into the body. And that has an acoustic impact, correct? It's not just to lighten the weight.
Yes, exactly. So we put kind of a unique routing pattern under the pick guard. This is for enhancing the mid frequencies. So we are controlling the stiffness of body by doing this type of unique routing under the pick guard. So for the purpose of making this unique routing pattern under the pick guard is decrease the stiffness of the body. And also at the same time we put we call rib or small thick wall inside of the control cavity to increase the stiffness. So we are trying to control the stiffness for making more rich resonance, rich vibration. And then the result that we get very rich mid frequencies from this acoustic design.
Yeah, it's almost like you're thinking about it almost in terms of like an acoustic guitar design of the parts of the body you want to actually vibrate and the parts that you don't want to vibrate and where you need strength for the string pull and all that. It has to be a pretty fascinating thing to balance all those considerations.
Exactly. Like all components has to be vibrate simultaneously and equally. So once all the components vibrate differently, those components easily can cancel out each other vibration. So we try to make the whole body, whole neck, whole headstock vibrate equally by this acoustic design.
The tonal versatility of the new Pacificas comes from the control layout and the pickups they've selected. Now the controls are pretty straightforward. We've got a master volume control. There's a treble bleed on that so we don't lose high end as we turn the volume control down. We've also got a master tone control. Pulling that up splits the humbucker into single coil. 5-position switch gives us bridge, bridge and middle, middle, neck and middle, and neck pickups. And we'll check out those tones in just a second. But before we do that, let's talk about these pickups because they're very special as well. They're a collaboration between Yamaha and Rupert Neve Designs. Now the collaborations between those two companies go back a number of years. Rupert Neve Designs is involved in some of Steinberg's audio interfaces. They worked on a variety of things because they're very involved in transformers, and transformers can make a huge difference in the tonal quality of pro audio gear. But what is a transformer? It's largely coils of wire. And if we think about a pickup, what is it? Largely coils of wire wrapped around magnets. So it's not too far of a jump to go from one to the other. So these are the new reflect tone pickups, and they're again a collaboration between Rupert Neve Designs and between Yamaha. And what I found really nice about these pickups is they're very balanced sounding. We have great open top end of them. There's a lot of sparkle there. There's gutsy tight bottom end as well. Nice open mid-range. But the balance between the bridge pickup, the middle pickup, and the neck pickup is simply outstanding. So Brandon, one of the interesting things, one of the many interesting things with these new guitars is the collaboration with Rupert Neve Designs on the pickups. And I know that Yamaha has worked with Rupert Neve Designs on a number of products in the past, and also Steinberg has some of their transformers and things as well. Tell us a little bit about that collaboration. What did Rupert Neve Designs bring to the table? What did Yamaha bring to the table? And how did you work together?
Yeah, so Yamaha has actually had a relationship with Rupert Neve Designs since the mid to late 2000s. The companies first met right around 2007 to discuss some plugins and DSP, both for Steinberg products and for Yamaha's CL consoles. That turned into collaborating on transformers together. And the way these pickups came about is that some Yamaha engineers from the PA department were actually visiting Rupert Neve Designs to discuss a transformer project. And while they were visiting Rupert Neve Designs, they noticed that one of the engineers, Dennis, had some pickups lying around, some guitar pickups. As it turns out, this is a hobby of his. He does this in his spare time. He has been in the transformer industry for decades and is very familiar with coils, magnets, wiring, so on and so forth. So one of the Yamaha engineers became interested in these pickups, and Dennis actually gifted him a set. This is something that Dennis has said he likes to do. He gifts pickups to people. So the Yamaha engineer took these pickups back, and upon testing them, Yamaha realized that they were great and they sounded really good, which, of course, it's Rupert Neve Designs. So that is how this project really began, and all in from that moment of discovering Dennis's pickups to the final version, it was about a 4-year process. So these pickups were very, very heavily prototyped. They considered every aspect of building the pickups, from the coils, the patterns, the magnetization of the pole pieces, the bobbin shape. And ultimately, because these pickups were being developed at the same time as the new Pacificas, they were actually made specifically for these Pacifica guitars. So they're tuned to the acoustic design that's in the body, the resonance of these specific guitars. And the result is a pickup that has both an extremely tight and present low end and a very sparkly, airy high end, which anyone who builds guitar pickups knows that that's extremely difficult to balance those two. So that really contributes to the wide sound of these new Reflectone pickups.
Yeah, I also, as a player, I really appreciate the balance between the three pickups as well. As you go from the bridge pickup to the middle pickup to the neck, there's not huge jumps in level, and it's a I'll just say balanced transition from one pickup to the other.
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that, because that's something that Dennis has talked about extensively, that it was a big goal between Rupert Neve Designs and Yamaha to balance this entire guitar. So there's not a huge volume jump or decrease between any position of the 5-way switch. And it really makes for just a smoother experience for the player.
Let's check out some sounds. I'm going to grab a Standard Plus so you can hear what that sounds like. Let's take a listen to the sound of these pickups. We'll begin with the bridge pickup, and I should also tell you that I'm playing through a Rivera Stage 4 amplifier, great sounding amplifier. I've got that set clean with just a little bit of reverb. I've also got an HRM pedal from J-Rocket. I've got a super lead overdrive from Soldano. And I've got a collider pedal from Source Audio that'll give us some reverb and delay in just a second. But for now, let's start out clean. So here's our bridge pickup in humbucking mode, just straight into the amplifier. If we pull up on the tone control, we get a single coil version of this pickup. If we leave that in single coil mode and we go to the combination of the middle pickup and the bridge pickup, we get that classic S-style out of phase tone. Push down on the tone control, we're back to humbucker, but in combination with the middle pickup. Slightly different tone, but also very useful. A little bit more sparkle on the top end. In the middle position of the switch, we get the middle pickup by itself. Fourth position gives us neck and middle together. And finally, we have the neck pickup by itself. All very useful tones. Now let's try them with some distortion from the HRM pedal. We'll begin at the bridge. That's a nice, thick tone. Ton of sustain from these guitars. Try that in single coil mode for the bridge pickup. Now let's go to the neck pickup with the HRM pedal. And a middle pickup. There's a ton of great sounds there with light distortion, but now let's kick up the gain with the Soldano pedal. And with the neck pickup. The sound gets even richer when we add a little bit of delay and reverb on top of that. There are a variety of other appointments on these guitars as well. We've got a 2-point bridge, plays very well in tune, nice smooth tremolo action. On the Professional, we have a chrome metal logo here. That's a screen print on the Standard Plus. We've got locking tuners with graduated heights here. Makes things stay nice in tune when you're using the trem, and it also locks things into place, so it's very stable from a tuning standpoint. But when you take all those details together and combine them, what you end up with is a very nice guitar that really performs well. Doesn't matter what style of music you're playing, what you're attempting to do musically, this guitar can translate that for you. Very dynamic, rich sounding, and super versatile. Now, whether you go with the standard, which has a 3 to 5 piece alder body, or you go with a Pro, which has a 2-piece alder body and is made in Japan, you're going to get a great guitar at a great price. I highly recommend checking out these Pacificas. If you're looking for an HSS style guitar that can cover a ton of ground, plays great, comes in at a great price, this is one you definitely want to take a look at. For complete information on all of the Pacifica guitars from Yamaha, head over to sweetwater.com or contact your Sweetwater sales engineer. They can fill you in on all the details and help you select which one's going to be perfect for you. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater.